Welcome to Hook Crochet. In this tutorial we're going to learn how to make this crochet star. This star motif is a pretty easy motif. It's made using just trebles and double crochets. We're going to make this one here today, which is the colourful one. So you'll need 4 colours. I'm using number 10 crochet cotton, but you can use whatever colours you like and whatever material you like if you've got wool or anything like that. The only thing is it has to be the same thickness. Okay, so let's begin. I'm going to get my hook. Today I'm using a 1.5mm hook for my number 10 crochet cotton. And I think we'll start, I think it's nice when you just pick your colours at random. So I'm going to start with a yellow for the centre. So let's begin. We're going to get the yellow onto my hook and like so, and we can get started. Alright, so to start we're going to make 6 chain. So yarn over hook and pull it through like so. I'm going to do this nice and slowly so it's available for beginners as well. There's 6 chain. Now I'm going to slip stitch back into the first chain to make a ring. So I'm putting the hook right through the first chain all the way through. Then I'm grabbing the yarn on the other side and I'm going to pull it through all the way. So we've made a little ring. Now we need to make 12 trebles with 1 chains between them. So our first treble is going to be chains, and 3 chain will account for our first treble. So we better do a 1 chain for the space, and then we can start working 1 treble inside the ring like so, followed by 1 chain 11 times. So 1 treble, yarn over hook, and the hook goes right into the ring. You'll notice I'm working over the beginning tail thread as well, just so I don't have to thread it in at the end. Now grab the thread at the other side and pull it through. Yarn over hook and pull it through 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over hook and pull it through the last 2 loops on your hook, and there's your treble made. And 1 chain, yarn over hook and pull it all the way through. Again, yarn over hook, hook goes into the loop, grab the thread and pull it through. Yarn over hook, pull it through 2 loops. Oh, I lost that, sorry, we'll start that one again. So yarn over hook and the hook goes into the loop and pull it under. Yarn over hook and pull it through 2 loops. Yarn over hook and pull it through the last 2 loops. So you can see now we've got 4 trebles. The first 3 chain is accounting for a treble, and they've got one chain spaces in between. So we need 12 of these all together, and we've done 4. So 1 chain, 1 treble, 1 chain, treble, treble and a chain, treble and a chain, treble and a chain, like so, all the way around inside the ring until we've made 12 all together. So we're making a 6-pointed star. Nice easy star. Looks really cool though, and with the different colours it's like a mandala. Okay, let's count. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Oh, I did 13. Right, I'm going to pull that one back. And just make sure again. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Now we've got to make the 1 chain space and slip stitch into the 3rd chain at the beginning of the row. So get the hook right into the third chain, yarn over hook and pull the yarn all the way through. All the way through like that. And we can fasten that off. So I'm going to do a little chain. Get my scissors and pull it through like so. Now I can pull the center. It's the joy of crocheting over the beginning little tail bit, so you can pull it then to tighten the center, which looks really nice. Okay, we're ready to add another colour. So just pick another colour at random. I think that's the best way. I'm going to just go for red. It's the closest one to me. And get the red onto your hook. Like so. Now, I'm going to just start somewhere else, not where I cut it off. I'm going to start in a different one chain space. So get the hook into the one chain space, any one chain space, and do a slip stitch there to secure your red onto your yellow or your different colour. Colour number 2. I'm going to pull that tight. Now into every one chain space we're going to make 2 trebles. So our first treble is going to be 3 chain. So there's our first, that's 3 chain. Now yarn over hook and do another treble into that same space. Like so. Then we're going to do 2 chain. And 2 treble into the next one chain space. So yarn over hook and get a treble and another into that one chain space. All the way around. So 2 chain and 2 treble into every one chain space. So you'll have 12 little groups of two trebles. 2 chain, 2 treble. Now you'll see where we fastened off this bit here. I'm going to crochet over that so I don't have to fasten it in at the end. So 2 chain and 2 treble. I'm going to work over that loose thread. Oh, sorry, I'm going to start that one again. So a treble into that one chain space and also working over that loose thread. Great, so I can just cut that off at the end. 2 chain, 2 treble into the next one chain space. Two chain, 2 treble, 2 chain, 2 treble, all the way around. 2 chain, 2 treble, 2 chain, 2 treble, 2 chain, and we're coming up to our last 2 treble now. So 2 treble there and 2 chain, and we can slip stitch into the top of the 3rd chain there at the beginning of this round. So slip stitch in there and fasten off. Pull it through. Now for the next round I'm just going to prepare and get this red threaded through to that 2 chain space so we can crochet over it, and it saves a whole lot of work at the end. Okay, next colour. We've done red and we've done yellow. We'll do green. Christmassy colours. Alright. So getting a slip stitch onto the hook and then picking up the work. Make sure the right side is facing. Actually, I'm just going to give these a quick count just to make sure. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to pick another 2 chain space. Not where I finished off. Just pick up a different 2 chain space and get a slip stitch in there. Like so, and pull it nice and tight. Now in the same space I'm going to do a double crochet. So right into that 2 chain space, work double crochet like so, then 2 chain, 1, 2, and a treble into the next 2 chain space. So work a treble in there, followed by 5 chain, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and another treble into the same space, like so. Then 2 chain and a double crochet into the next 2 chain space, just a double crochet. So this is going to be one of the points on our star. So we're going to make 6 of these all together. 2 chain, treble, 5 chain, treble into the next space, all into that space there. Then 2 chain and a double crochet into the next space, and I'm going to work over that red thread from the previous round. So there's 2 points made. Again, 2 chain, treble, 5 chain, and a treble into the same space, like so. Halfway there, 2 chain, double crochet into the next 2 chain space, 2 chain, treble, 5 chain, treble into the same space. Now 4 points made. 2 chain, double crochet into the next 2 chain space, 2 chain into the next 2 chain space, work your treble, your 5 chain, and your treble. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a treble. It's like geometry sometimes, doing your counting and patterns. 2 chain, double crochet, 2 chain, our last point, treble, 5 chain, and a treble. Followed by 2 chain, and we're at the start, so I'm going to work a slip stitch into the very first double crochet. So the hook goes right through the double crochet and pull the thread all the way through, a little chain there, and fasten off. Lovely. Okay, so I'm going to direct one of those green threads that way and one of the green threads this way, so that we can work over those on our last round. And the last round I'm going to do in blue. Really doesn't matter what colours you use. I really think that the more random the better. Or any little bits of cut-offs that you have, or ends of balls that you don't want. Okay, pick it up again and make sure you have the right side. So for the last one, pick a random loop to begin with, but I'm going to pick a loop just before a double crochet. You'll see why now in a minute. So I'm going to work 1 double crochet in there. So 1 double crochet like so, and then pull this. Now into the next 2 chain space, we're going to work 3 double crochet. So 1, 2, 3. And into the 5 chain space, we're going to work 4 double crochet. 2, 3, and 4, followed by 5 chain, 3, 4, 5, and a little, I'm going to turn this into a little picot. So into the 5th chain, the very first chain that you made there, I'm going to work a slip stitch, like so. And just pull this back out of the way while you're working your next 4 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So at the end we're going to pull those nice and tight so those stars are really lit up. Into the 2 chain space, work 3 double crochet. 3 double crochet in there, and 3 double crochet into the next 2 chain space. So every 2 chain space will have 3 double crochet, and every, oops, lost that one, every 5 chain space will have 4 double crochet with a little picot and another 4 double crochet. So there we got 4 double crochet. Now I'm going to do a 5 chain picot, so 5 chain, slip stitch back into the first chain all the way through like that, nice slip stitch, and pull the little picot back so you can continue on with your remaining 4 double crochet in that 5 chain space, like so. Okay, 3 double crochet into the 2 chain space, or into each of the next 2 chain spaces. And then in the 5 chain space, again 4 double crochet, with a 5 chain picot at the top. 4 5 chain, slip stitch into the first chain to make a nice little picot. You could add beads on here too instead of the picot. Really like the picot though. 3 and 4. So just pull that out now. And again, 3 double crochet into each of the next 2 chain spaces. And again, and you don't have to change colour on these either. You can just keep them plain like I've done with this one, and just keep going all the way around. It's still really pretty too. 4 chain, 4 double crochet into the next 5 chain space with a 5 chain picot, 4 and 5 chain, slip stitch back into the first, like so, and another 4 double crochet. And at this point I'm going to pull this thread over here so that I can work over it, and that will save me threading it through at the end, which is the bit that I hate. 3 double crochet into the next 2 chain space. We're coming back to the other bit of thread as well because there's 2 bits here. So I'm going to work over, and pull this one like that tight and work over the next bit of thread through the 2 chain space, and we're going to work 3 double crochet, then 4 double crochet. I'm going to pull this out of the way now, that's enough. 4 double crochet, 5 chain picot, and 4 double crochet. When you're changing colours, very often when you're crocheting, the hardest part really is threading in all the threads. So if you do it as you go along, it's not such an effort at the end of your work. Three double crochet in the 2 chain space, and look, there's my last bit of thread, so I'm going to pull that over here as well so I can work over that. 4 double crochet into the last 5 chain space with a picot, 5 chain, slip stitch into the first, like so, pull it back and finish your 4 double crochet in this space. And we're right back to the start. So this is our very first 2 chain space, which is supposed to have 3 double crochet, and at present it just has 1. So I'm going to do 2 more. 2 more double crochet in there, and a slip stitch into the first one. So I'll slip stitch through like that, little chain and cut. So we've been very good making this mandala star and threaded through all of our threads, so we actually can just cut them off. Don't even have to think about it, just cut them. They're already secured and you don't have to thread them through, which is great. Love this bit. All done. We've worked over all of these threads. Super handy. Except the last one. We'll do that one. So, at this stage now, we want to get our hook and push it through each of these corners, the 5 chain corners. Just put the hook right in there and give it a good pull. So if you were making this as a Christmas decoration, you can thread a bit of thread that you just cut off through one of those and hang it straight up on your Christmas tree. Or stick it onto a card. People love homemade cards now. And there you have it. Beautiful star. Simple star. So I really hope you enjoyed that one. I have another star tutorial coming up and it's a little bit tougher. So if you want to give it a try, hit subscribe and come back for more. You'll learn some more tricks and how to crochet some beautiful mandala stars. Bye.